Okay, so to follow up with our Facebook Live from Wednesday, we talked about strength training for runners. And really the core group of muscles that we really want to focus on for runners is going to be the butt or the back part of the hip. We get plenty of work with our quads and plenty of work with our calves with running. And not to say that they don't need some supplemental work, but they're not the primary thing that you need to focus on. We're going to look at the back part of the hip. One exercise you can do, which doesn't require weight, is going to be a bridge. And you're going to want to make it as challenging as possible. You want to be able to lift your butt off of the floor to stay in a straight line. We don't want to let that back sag, or we don't want to really let it round. For most people, that's not going to be challenging enough. So we want to be able to do it with one leg. And we even want to work on doing that slow motion forward and backward so it really activates that muscle and makes it have to work harder. We don't want to make it really fast up and down jerky motion. Really focus on control, and you should feel it in the back part of your hip more so than your hamstring. If you start to get cramps in your hamstring, there's a couple things that you can do. Usually that means your feet are too far away from your body, so move your heels closer to your butt. The other thing that you can do is lift your toes off the floor. It facilitates pushing through those glutes a little bit more. The next exercise is going to be a deadlift, and there are going to be a couple different ways that you can do that. Ideally, we want to make it as heavy as possible. So if you have a gym membership or you have some weights, you want to do a heavy weight for very few reps. So 3 to 5 repetitions with as heavy of a weight as you can. If you don't have access to a heavy weight, you can kind of do what we did with the bridge, just slow that motion down and make it as difficult as you can with the heaviest weight that you have available. So with a deadlift, we're going to look at keeping the back flat. You're going to bend from the hips, and then we're just going to bring that weight up and then back down. Another way to make that more challenging, especially if you don't have a lot of weight, is going to be to do it with just one leg at a time. So if we grab our weight, we can take one foot off of the floor, and then now, as I almost fall over, we can work on controlling that weight down on one leg and then come back up. If you feel unsteady and unbalanced, you can do that with one arm off to the side. And then same thing, you want to make sure that weight stays pretty close to your foot. We don't want to be way out front. And basically, those are 2 exercises that you can do to start supplementing and improve your strength as a runner.